Xbox head honcho Phil Spencer has some choice words when it comes to PlayStation's recent console exclusivity practices. But is the so-called champion of gaming freedom ready to take up arms against exclusivity when it applies to his games? Remember, folks,
don't trust anyone.
the console wars are not quite as heated as they were a generation or two ago. But don't be fooled, they're definitely still raging. With fewer brand exclusives being released every year, gamers aren't quite as divided by console lines as they used to be. Somehow that seems to be causing the console makers themselves to act feistier than ever. In this case, Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer joined IGN for an interview over the weekend, during which he excitedly talked about Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and made some pretty oblique references to Sony's approach to multi-platform gaming. Pointing out that Game Pass isn't required to play the next Call of Duty game, Spencer said he didn't want to force anyone to subscribe to play. He added,
I want to give you the choice on how you play your games and not try to do slimy platform things to force you to do what I want you to do.
These are talking points that Spencer has covered many times in the past, but he is also clearly calling out Sony here, which has been repeatedly pushing PC gamers to sign up for the PlayStation Network and is still refusing to let Helldivers 2 come to Xbox. Spencer's comments come right after an Xbox showcase that gave us a peek at the latest Xbox consoles and an expanded roster of multi-platform games. In a vacuum, what Spencer is saying sounds like a rallying cry for gamer freedom, but with a little more context, it's been hard for fans not to roll their eyes. This is not the first time that Spencer has talked about the multi-platform future of Call of Duty. Back in March 2023, he said that exclusive DLC would soon be a thing of the past, as Microsoft planned to bring the game and all of its content to as many players as possible. And of course, Xbox can make these promises because Microsoft now owns Activision Blizzard, the company behind Call of Duty. When the acquisition was first announced, regulators in the UK tried to block it. The Federal Trade Commission also sued to block the merger in the United States, arguing that the purchase would give Microsoft monopolistic control over large swaths of the gaming industry. Judge Jacqueline Scott Corley weighed the acquisition through because Microsoft agreed in writing to keep Call of Duty in particular equally available on PlayStation and Xbox for 10 years. In his interview with IGN, Spencer said that keeping Call of Duty open to everyone is
It's great. It's great for us. It's great for the developer.
He's completely right about everyone benefiting when games aren't exclusive, but it's a bit of a stretch to say that Microsoft is a champion of openness. The company isn't trying to turn all of its games into big, open tents. For instance, it doesn't look like we'll be playing Starfield on a PlayStation 5 anytime soon. Not to mention, it's hard to take the statement, "it's great for developers" seriously when it's coming from a company that recently shuttered multiple beloved game studios, including Hi-Fi Rush and the Evil Within developer Tango Gameworks.
What in the hell am I looking at?
The fact that Microsoft is going to make Call of Duty more available to players on other platforms is great, but it used to be just as hyper-focused on exclusivity as Sony is now. And plenty of people still remember the old Xbox playbook. As a number of gamers have pointed out, Xbox has nabbed console-exclusive DLC on a number of occasions, including with the Call of Duty franchise. Even if the company is genuinely trying to change now, it does seem a little early for Spencer to be throwing shade at his competitor. Naturally, the internet is taking Spencer's comments in all kinds of ways. Some are celebrating the push for multi-platform gaming. Some are very doubtful that Microsoft will keep the multi-platform act up forever. And others are noting that Xbox has been gradually sliding in this direction for a long time.